My grandfather passed away at 89. He wasn't a millionaire, but he owned a nice house, some farmland, and had a decent amount in savings. Everyone assumed his estate would be divided equally among his 3 children, my mom, my aunt, and my uncle. My uncle Dave seemed to have a different idea. Almost immediately after Grandpa died, Dave started acting like he already owned everything. He moved into the house, changed the locks, and began introducing himself as the property's new owner. When family members questioned him, he claimed Grandpa had verbally promised him the entire estate because he was the only son. Nobody could prove otherwise, but nobody really believed him either. The official reading of the will was scheduled for 6 weeks later. During those 6 weeks, Dave became unbearable. He bragged constantly about the money he was going to inherit. He told my cousin she would need to pay him rent if she wanted to stay in the cottage on the property. He even started shopping for a brand new truck before a single document had been signed. The day of the will reading finally arrived. Dave walked into the lawyer's office looking like he had already won the lottery. The lawyer opened Grandpa's file and began reading. The first surprise was that Grandpa had left specific cash gifts to all 6 grandchildren. Dave's smile faded a little. Then came the second surprise. The farmland wasn't being left to any of Grandpa's children. Instead, it had been donated to a local conservation trust. Dave looked confused. Then came the biggest surprise of all. Years earlier, Grandpa had loaned Dave a substantial amount of money. Dave never paid it back. What nobody knew was that Grandpa had kept detailed records of every cent. According to the will, that unpaid debt would be deducted from Dave's inheritance before anything was distributed. The deduction was massive. So massive that Dave's share of the estate was reduced to almost nothing. The room became very quiet. The house was left equally to my mom and aunt. Most of the savings were divided among the grandchildren. Dave received only a small amount. Then the lawyer revealed that Grandpa had left a personal note attached to the will. He read it aloud. A man who believes he deserves everything usually deserves less than he thinks. Nobody said a word. My aunt nearly choked, trying not to laugh. Dave completely lost it. He accused everyone of manipulating Grandpa. He accused the lawyer of fraud. He accused my mom of turning Grandpa against him. Then he stormed out of the office, but the story wasn't over. Remember how Dave had already rented out part of the farmland and sold Grandpa's tractor before the estate was settled? There was one problem. None of it belonged to him. The estate demanded repayment. The conservation trust demanded compensation. The people who bought the tractor wanted their money back. By pretending he was the owner before the paperwork was complete, Dave ended up costing himself thousands more. The truck he planned to buy never happened. Today, nobody in the family speaks to him. Meanwhile, Grandpa's farmland is now a protected nature reserve with a small plaque at the entrance. It simply says, "For future generations." A very Grandpa way to get the last word.